everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Got the Tacoma back here up on the lift still, and a couple of things I wanted to do, a couple of maintenance things. You know, I had put a new MBRP rather exhaust on. Show you guys that real quick. Starting right here, this is a catback exhaust. So starting right here and on down all the way to the back with the new exhaust tip on here, of course. I wanted to take a look at that, make sure that everything is still copacetic. Check the bolts, make sure they're tight, you know, that kind of stuff. And you really should do that anytime you do a mod. You ought to go back and make sure that the bolts have stayed tight, or whatever you've done is still the way that you meant it to be. So we're going to check that real quick. Wanted to show you guys, for those out there who are looking to put side steps on, I've got the truck up in the air. I could show you where the bolt-on points are for that. Be kind of interesting. I always wondered that myself when I was putting these on, to make sure that they indeed were there. And then secondly, a thought for an upcoming mod that I think I'm going to do. We'll see what you guys think. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do, I had mentioned I wanted to check the bolts, make sure they're still all tightened down. There are actually 6 bolts on this exhaust. We have 2 on the back side of the muffler here, 2 on the front side, and these are the brackets that hold the piping to the muffler itself. And then 2 up here where it connects into the existing pipe work from the front of the muffler rather, and then on back. So we're going to check those real quick, make sure everything is still tight. This takes a 14mm socket, so just check those real quick. That feels good. That feels pretty good. Good. I'm impressed so far. 2 more. Alright, everything has stayed nice and tight there. Not going to crank on it, I'm not trying to kill it or anything. But all of that feels pretty darn good. I'm impressed. We'll lay that down. Hopefully I won't forget it when I lower the truck and then have to figure out where I was. So now that we've got that done, let's just take a look at the rubber hangers here, or the grommets, whatever you want to call them. Make sure that those are still in place. There's the first one. You can see the pipe, or the arm rather, from this is actually from the bracket here. Still through, nice and good there. Let's move on back. Up here you can see a lot of the bracket, or the arm here, is still through on that side. This is where it connects to the muffler pipe. And then over here, a lot of room there still. That's good. Moving on to the back, we have one here. All of that looks pretty darn good. The other thing I wanted to check, there was a concern for me with clearance when I put this up, to make sure that the new exhaust system wasn't really hitting anything anywhere. And while it is tight, still plenty of room. We have gapping here between the pipe and the tire itself, which is fine. Nothing has moved there. And then the gap here between the, these would be the leaf spring mounts, I guess, and the muffler, or the tip itself here. So all of that looks pretty good. As far as any rust issues go, of course, we're starting to get rust in a few places. A little bit here at the weld joint, a little bit on the bolts for the bracket, a little bit here on the screw bolts, whatever, for the bracketry. But not too bad. The muffler looks fine. I don't see any rust on that. That's a good thing. Of course, you're going to have rust. I don't know how you ever avoid it unless you go complete stainless steel and don't live in a climate where there's any kind of salt or moisture or anything. Yeah, good luck in finding that. So all of that looks pretty good to me. I think it's a go. May check it down the road sometime just to see, you know, double check. But I don't think anything is going anywhere. Let's take a look at the, I guess, the bolting points for the side steps on this truck. You know, it's very easy to put side steps on. They're a simple bolt on, and there's already holes threaded, set up for these on the truck. So let's take a look. We're on the passenger side here, and you can see there are 2, 4, 6, it looks like, bolts for this. Let's go around and check this other side. Crawl around under here a little for you. Let's see, looks like they're, yeah, so there's 2, 4, 6. And like I said, they're already set up on the truck to receive the side steps, so pretty easy bolt on, really, not difficult to do at all. And you can see again, it's just 2, 4, 6. Obviously it would be very easy to do in a situation like this with a lift, but of course you can do it on the ground. I've done it that way myself. Let's go over and check the driver's side. And always nice to make sure that the dealer or whoever put these on did indeed put them on properly. In other words, that all the bolts that are supposed to be there are. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know how dark this is going to be, but we have 2, 4, and then let's crawl under here again. And there are the other 2. So everything looks good to me as far as the bolts and all that good stuff. For the side steps, again, very easy to do. I've done it myself 2 or 3 times on the Tacoma, and most recently we did it on Krista's Jeep over here. She actually did the install on these side steps herself. And you can see the difference here on the Jeep. They're pretty much threaded through right here on the outside. You do have to bolt them on the inside, but pretty simple to do on that, and really not too difficult to do on the Tacoma either. And I do like these side steps. I know one thing Krista had complained about, these are so close to the Jeep that sometimes they're really not useful. In other words, they're too close and they don't hang down far enough. Whereas these come out just a little bit more and they hang down further, so it's easier to step on these to get in and out of the truck. She actually likes these better. And a little secret, I told her to get these guys. She didn't want them. So let's go over here to the front, and let me grab my tool, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about for the next mod. Get all my stuff here. Kind of weave around through the lift there. Set my phone up here so I can see what you guys are seeing. What I'm looking at doing, and some people have mentioned this, since I took the chin strap or the air valance or whatever you want to call it here off of the front, I've been thinking about replacing the skid plate here, or adding a little bit better skid plate. Simply for looks. I think it would look better, and I think it would extend further up here, maybe towards the front. In my case, it would be really protection from rocks and things popping up in there. But it looks to me like this is just a simple bolt-on application. Really, it looks like you only have, I don't know, not too many. It looks like probably 4 bolts. Is that really all it is? 2 there and 2 up here. And that would be it. So not too difficult to do once again. I would like to do something in black. I'm really not looking at, you know, I've seen a TRD skid plate out there, and it's kind of a cream color. And I really don't want that. If I replace this with anything, I do want it to be black. I wouldn't mind it having the TRD lettering in it, or even going to something else aftermarket. I'm going to have to do a little bit of looking around. If you guys have any suggestions, I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say, and especially if you know of any that you've used yourself that have worked really well. Again, I'm looking for a bolt-on application. I'm not looking to do any welding or anything crazy like that, because I'm not a welder. But anyway, that's going to be an upcoming mod, I believe, in addition to a couple other things that I have coming. They haven't been delivered yet. So we'll show you those once they get here. And then recently, someone on the channel had mentioned something else, and that was to put a light inside the engine bay on the hood, so that, you know, when you open the hood, you'll have some lighting in there. And I like that idea. So I'm going to look into that as well. One thing that I was thinking, though, was for the switch. I believe you can get I think it's like a liquid leveling switch. In other words, there's like a small, it's like the old style fuses, but inside of that is liquid metal. And when you raise the hood, it tilts that metal back to complete the circuit and turns the light on. And I think that would be pretty cool. So if there's anything out there like that, there has to be. I'm interested in something like that as well. Anyway, just wanted to bring you guys out here with me, doing a little after mod checking, maintenance if you will, just to make sure everything is still nice and tight and in the place that I put it when I put it on. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day. Bye.